Hey guys, it's Matt, also known as Uncle Dude, and in this video we are going to be backpacking in the deserts of southern Utah. We're going to gain 1,000 feet of elevation in just a short amount of distance. 2 days ago was Thanksgiving, so we're going to cook and eat some leftover Thanksgiving meals and just enjoy a cold desert night next to a campfire. And I hope you enjoy as you come along with me. So this hike has 2 variations. What we're doing is we're going straight up into that crack line right there. We're going to be gaining about 1,000 feet of elevation. So we're basically just going to be going straight up. And I've got about 3 hours of daylight. Oh yeah, I'm sweating good right now. I'll just be switchbacking all the way up until I get to that V. Now, the earliest known constructed switchbacks were that of the Incas in the Andean mountains. The actual name switchback was adopted when they were creating railroads for coal mines and how they would go down and switch back and forth. Switchbacks are efficient because they keep the mountain from eroding and is the safest, most efficient way to travel up and down a mountain. I'm losing my breath. I'm sweating right now, but later tonight it should get down to about 35, 36 degrees, so. Oh yeah, I need some water. So these trees right here, one of the most common trees in southern Utah, it's the juniper tree. Cool thing about these trees is they can survive on 7 inches of water per year. They yield these berries. Oh, there's one right there. So they yield these berries, and indigenous tribes used to use these berries for tea. These berries look like berries, but they're actually female cones. If you break a branch off and smell it, it's almost like a pine citrus smell. The resin that oozes out of the branch is naturally antifungal and antibacterial. Back in the day, it was used as a natural antiseptic. Now, one of the things that I'm most concerned about is stepping on loose rocks. For example, this guy, it's quite loose, and that guy right in front of me, I would not step on that. Yeah, and pulling this guy, just gotta be careful. Now, whenever I go out here, I always tell 1 to 2 people what time I'm going, where I'm going, and what time I should be back. If anything were to happen to me, someone would come. It's a crack. It's just a straight up crack. Just right up it. I think I see a cave. Yeah, just a little cave in there. Let's go check it out. Pretty cool. That's awesome. Definitely sloop here. I'll have to note that down. There's left side, right side. On the right side, I see some rope. So we're gonna go to the right side. Hope the rope is in good condition. Do we trust it? I'm gonna say, not with my life, but I'll put a little weight on it. This might be easier with 2 hands. I don't like that rope. Not a fan. The rope is holding. It's just straight up. Oh, but look at that view. Oh my god, it's just so pretty. There's a lake right there, Firehouse Lake. I guess we're doing this with 1 hand. Yeah, I don't like the rope. I think that was the hardest part. It's all uphill from now. We're so close. So close. Last little push and we're at the top. So I just tugged on a rock. This guy right here. And luckily I was cautious because immediately, look, it's just gonna, yeah, it's loose. What's best is if I lift the rock up and just place it up to fall down. I don't know if anyone's down below me. If I drop it, then it could just start a whole sandstone of avalanche down there. So I'm just gonna move it up a little bit. Oh, that is not a rock to grab onto. Okay, this one I'm gonna trundle. That one is just not safe for anyone to grab onto. Rock! Okay, here we go. Rock! Yeah. Oh, rarely you should do that, but when it feels like it's more safe to do that and make sure no one's down, best to just get them out of the way so no one pulls on it. Man, I could have fell on that one. We made it. Oh. 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 That's so cool. Inside this canyon, when it rains for about 2 to 3 days, there's 2 waterfalls that just fall about 500 feet down. I'll clip a video of what it looks like, but I would love to one day come up here and just be at the top to see how all of the runoff comes, pools into one spot, see where that one spot is, and look down it, see what it looks like. All right, we're almost to the campsite. We've just got over this little hump down, and I think there's gonna be some pools of water. Look at this view. That is just incredible. There's some water down there. There's a pool there and a pool over there. It looks pretty grimy. Maybe we'll go swimming. Probably not. If I had my filter, I would filter it and drink it, but I brought plenty of water with me. It looks like someone else has camped here before. Yeah, this spot used to just be filled. Whenever it rains, it's just filled with complete water. If it gets high enough, it'll go down to the other pools we were at. I like this spot. I'm gonna see if we can go a little bit further, try and find another spot maybe. I just found, I'm not sure what that is. It smells kind of piney. I'm gonna cut into it. Oh, this is a block of pine tar. Wow. It was just sitting here. It must have just been floating. Very likely came from a juniper tree. There's one there, another one, a couple over there. Yeah, I've never seen anything like it. That's really cool. And it's crystallized. It's like really hard. There could be a fossil inside. Ah, that smells so good. I wonder if it would work with for a cello bow. I have a cello at home. These tracks, little guys, little desert rats. Desert rats have really long tails that travel behind them. You can see how there's footprints and just tail prints right behind. There's one more spot over here that looks good. I'm not seeing much anything else close by. So we're just gonna use that same spot. We're gonna use the same fire pit. The least amount of trace as possible. Use what's already there. Leave it good for the next one. Come here and do some rock climbing. Yeah, it's pretty good holds. One thing I'm concerned about is how deep this dirt is. That way we can put the stakes in. Thing about these little pond beds is that oftentimes it's pretty easy to hit the ground below because they're not deep enough, so it's okay. You just gotta improvise a little bit. Got some skim milk. It's just water, which I guess skim milk for some people is just water. Probably one of my most favorite pieces of gear. This is a sleeping bag liner. It's a liner that goes into your sleeping bag, kind of like a sock. Whatever sleeping bag you have, it adds about 15 degrees to it. I take this with me on airplanes when I travel, when I sleep on someone's bed and I don't want to use their bed sheets. These things, I love sleeping bag liners. I don't know if I'm going to need to use it tonight. I brought it just in case, and it's a good blanket to use when I'm next to the fire. So this hat is just it's pretty sopping wet. My back is pretty wet as well. Typically, I'd want to change into another pair of clothes so I'm not wet and I don't get cold. Currently just drying off right now. I can take my hat off, let my hair dry. That way I don't get cold later. Wow, look at this sunset. It's just so pretty. I don't bring a pillow. I don't have one that inflates. Usually what I do is I get one of my stuff sacks for my sleeping pad, and I'll just stuff it with whatever gear I use. I don't really use a pillow typically, but this is nice to have under my neck. Oh yeah. I always forget to drink water. Grab some firewood. It looks like some previous people left quite a lot of firewood for me. I'm definitely gonna need some smaller stuff. Let's go look. One thing to be careful of as you're clearing out a fire, 9 times out of 10, this fire pit has been peed on. Just remember that. On this fire, we're going top down. My camera died, and now I'm gonna have to use my phone, so hopefully my phone doesn't die, or else that would not be good, because I would not have a ride home. Figure that out later. Well, I don't think I had enough. That's the nice thing, is if I can't get it the first time, then I just let's try again. I got a lot of attempts. Here's what we got for dinner. A turkey leg, and yesterday I had a burrito from my local Mexican restaurant. Some sauces, got some ramen. This is breakfast. Put that aside for tomorrow. And we'll just let that boil. And then these guys, I'm just gonna throw them in the coals once the fire dies down just a little bit, and they'll heat right up. Okay, those looks like some boiling. Boils quick. So we're just gonna turn them real quick. Anything in tin foil can just burn so fast. You gotta be pretty careful. Ooh. Oh, that smells so good. Oh, I can smell the burrito. Oh. Oh. That looks amazing. Turkey's looking. All right, it's time to eat. Oh. I think I took about 30 minutes to pack for all of this. Oh, it like crusted it, so it's like crunchy. Holy cow, that heated up so good. The thing though is, this leftover burrito is my brother's. I got a different one. So, sorry about that, Carlos. Alright, time to test out the noodles. Ooh, craving something soupy. Oh. I mean, by far my favorite's the burrito. Cheers. It's quite an experience eating turkey while camping, because, I mean, usually you're eating like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches half the time. But man, a turkey leg, it doesn't get better than that. I don't think there's one thing I'll ever get tired of while I backpack, and that's ramen noodles in the wild. It's just so good. Oh, look. Stick got ablaze. Perfect. I'm going to relight that fire in a second. Oh, wow, that was, I had the spot, like, hit. Easy way to pack it out. And I really need to wash my hands. You know, the thing about skim milk is that if you want to get like a protein drink. It's like $3.50 for 30 grams of protein. This was $2, and you can get 30 grams of protein for like 50 cents, 3 cups. All right, time to start this fire. Now I'm gonna show you why you should never leave hot coals unattended. If you just blow on them, start right up. For dessert, I brought, they're called tamarinds. There's sugar coated on the outside. It's kind of a tangy, sour taste, natural sour. And on the inside, they have these little seeds that you have to be careful not to bite down on. I used to live in Peru, and we used to just walk around, pick these off the trees, and eat them, and pick them off by the bag because they're everywhere. These aren't as good, but nice little sweet treat to end the night off. The best part about being out here is just being out here and being away. I got about 2.5 hours until I go to bed. I brought a book I'm gonna read and just gonna do some reading next to the fire and just enjoy the night. Well, I think I'm about to go to bed. Okay. Yeah, I'm cozy. I got a down blanket inside with me as well, but I'm feeling pretty good. I'm tired. So I will see you in the morning. Good morning. I slept so good. Just about the whole night. I woke up at 6 and then on and off until I had my alarm wake me up around 7. But I was warm. A little too warm, actually. I slept so good. Tent's just a little wet from condensation. Hot coals. It's a little warm. So I'm gonna let my tent dry out in my pad. And in the meantime, I'm gonna go chase the sunrise and just do a little exploring. Well, look at that. Found our first arch. Pretty cool. If we're lucky and if it's not too far out, we're gonna be able to find some moki balls. This one is a lot more clear than the others. It looks like that black line is the water level to where when it's really raining, that's how much water can get here. Here's another pond guy. How could you not? Yeah, the thing that's gonna happen a lot is not following too close to the edge of the mountainside because I'm just gonna keep cliffing out to where I just have to keep going around and around. So we're gonna cut a little bit more that way, get some higher ground just to see how far I should actually cut. Yeah, see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Holy cow. Holy cow. Yeah, we cliffed out. That just means I gotta go all the way around. But man, look at that. That is just... All right. Made it to the V, and that would be quite crazy to go through that way. Yeah, so I don't think we're gonna have enough time to go find those moki balls. The moki balls are about a mile that way. I told my ride that I'll be back around 9:30. So I gotta get packed up, eat breakfast, and then climb all the way down, try and be back in about 2 hours. And so yeah, too bad, but we'll come back another time. Looks like someone was here recently. And one way to know just about how recent, it looks pretty damp. Right here, right there where the dirt kicked up, it's a little drier. So if it's dry, I would say maybe about a day, 2 days since they've been here. All right, we're back to camp. I'm gonna get breakfast started and then pack up while breakfast is heating up. We've got some cornbread, we're just gonna heat it up. Starting a fire and getting some coals to throw in my cornbread will just take way too long. So I brought some canned ethanol. This stuff burns an invisible flame, but you just light it on fire. In the dark, you'd be able to see it. In the light, you can't really see the flame, but if you wait long enough, yeah, it'll... So it's on fire. The thing about these ethanol cans is you have to build a little fortress to kind of prop up your stove. If not, it'll just shut right off and won't have any oxygen to burn. Yeah, it's already getting a little hot. While I wait for that, I'm gonna get some things packed up. So it's still pretty wet. My footprint. Oh yeah, I think that's ready. A little cold on the inside, but that's okay. When I was hiking to go find those Moki balls, I started to get really hungry. All right, let's go pack up some wet gear. That is wet. Oh, I almost forgot. My tent poles. That's why I always sweep camp. I just found another cave, and it looks like someone may have slept here before. There's some fire from old sticks, and they brought up a big log pile to sleep. Quite a cool spot to camp in. You have to note that down. Just made it down to the crack and the descent. Back to civilization. I don't know, I don't like using the rope. It's just a little awkward on some parts. I feel a lot more comfortable holding onto the rocks. Especially 30, 35 pounds heavier with the backpack on. Okay, we just hit the main trail and it is all downhill from here. These plants right here, these plants are called sagebrush, and they're basically the hotel of the desert. About 350 different species rely on sagebrush for protection, for food, and for shelter. Sagebrush are one of the few plants to communicate with each other through the air. When an animal is eating its sage, airborne chemical particles will fly through the air, warning other sagebrush to make themselves more bitter. Sagebrush is basically the medicine cabinet of the desert. Its leaves are edible only if you know what you're doing. They're very, very potent with essential oils. Natives would use, oh, looks like we got little, let's see, I think these are just a desert rabbit. And the natives would use it for coughs, for colds, wound cleaning. They would use it to repel insects, and they'd also make tea out of it, but it's very, very, very bitter tea. The thing I like about the desert sagebrush so much is the smell that it gives off when it's raining. That rain smell, first rain shower, oh, it's the best. Wow. Look, it's just so green. There's my dad. He's just waiting for me. Yeah, I'm waving at him, but he can't see me. That's okay. All right, let's see if he can see me. What a funny guy. That man has done some crazy stuff in his life. So I just hit the road, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and follow, subscribe, all that jazz for more. Every Saturday morning, I'll be having a video coming out, and I'll see you in the next one. How's it going? Thank you. How are you?
Okay.
Here I follow the wash,
Uh-huh.
and then I hit about right here,
Uh-huh.
and then I go up and I backtrack all the way into that crack. And from here, I go all the way up,
Uh-huh.
and then go on the other side.
Wow. How is it getting up that?
1,000 feet and a quarter of a mile.
Huh?
So it's just straight up.
But you don't have to climb.
There's two parts where you have to climb.
Really?
If you didn't climb, it would be harder.
Uh-huh.
But since I've climbed, then it's not bad.